Are you a solopreneur looking to 2 times your revenue to fund your lifestyle and give back? Well, this podcast is for you. We bring you inspirational guests sharing actionable tips to solve many of the struggles you face each and every day. And now over to your host, Paul Higgins.
Hi, Paul here. Before we get into the show, would you like to make a great first impression on LinkedIn? If so, I have something just for you. When people search for your name on Google, your LinkedIn profile will normally come up first. Before meeting someone for the first time, how often do they view your LinkedIn profile? For many coaches and consultants I begin to work with, their profiles don't do them any justice. I've created a simple solution where you can whip your profile into shape to have your best foot forward when attracting new clients on LinkedIn. Go to blgdownload.com, so that's blgdownload.com to get your 5 killer tips today. Hello to the Build, Live, Give Solo podcast, episode number 207. If it is your first time, welcome. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. If you are a regular, thanks for your support. Love to get your feedback to improve the show at paul@buildlivegive.com. Shout out to Brad, who inspired me today to talk about today's topic. Brad is a valuable member of BLG Authority Machine. You can find out more at buildlivegive.com/authority machine. There'll also be a link in the show notes. Please check out past shows on your favorite platform. Just search Build, Live, Give. So today's topic is improving your sales muscle. What you will learn is the 3 elements to improving your sales muscle and also how to embed the learnings. I've been selling since I first came across swap cards back in grade 2. I think I might have been 7 or 8. My schoolmates had cards they wanted and I helped them get them. It was simple. I also got access to their cards, the cards that they didn't want, as part of providing the service. That was my payment. And I helped my mates. They were they loved the cards that they got. And eventually I became the kid with the most cards by helping others. At that time, I didn't know it was sales, but I was looking at my dad as he was a sales representative at Coca-Cola. And I had chronic asthma at the time and missed a lot of school. So I used to go and watch him sell. So I took all of his learnings because he was pretty good at it. And I moved on from SWAT cards to yo-yos to other items of value, applying the same principle. But to cut a long story short, it ended up with me working for Coca-Cola myself for 18 years. And I rose through the ranks from a sales rep to a marketing director of a 700 million business unit. So Coca-Cola had some, sales, basically they had sales and marketing in their DNA, and they just had some amazing training and experiences, which really helped me improve my sales muscle. Having left Coca-Cola in 2011, I used my skills to build and sell 2 businesses and launch a third, which I run now. And this was pretty amazing, certainly the third business, given some of the health challenges I had. So you can find out more about some of those challenges and a little bit about my history by going to my LinkedIn profile. The link will be in the show notes, and you can see a little video there in my About section, or Featured section, I think it's called now. So I've distilled my 27 years of experience of sales into 3 key areas. So mindset, skills, and systems. So before we go into the 3, I'd like to talk to you about Dubb, D-U-B-B. It's an all-in-one sales and marketing video platform which helps you to attract, convert, and retain more happy clients. And it's really perfect for improving or making it easier for your sales muscle. If you want to stand out in someone's inbox, whether it be email or LinkedIn messages or whatever platform, sending them a video is a great way to do that. So here are some of the ways that I use it. I send new connections a video. So if you've actually received one of those from me, I'd love to know from you what you thought. I also send birthday messages on LinkedIn. And I also send little 3 to 5 minute videos of adding value. I'll pop one of those in the show notes so you can see what I mean. I can track all the analytics so I know when it's best to circle back so I'm not wasting my potential clients' time or mine. Why not check it out for yourself? Just go to buildlivegive.com/Dubb. So I will give you the elements of each at a high level due to just keeping this podcast short. Okay, that's what people have asked. That's what I want to give you. What I will mention in the show notes, though, is how you can learn more from me and actually get a free sales audit. So I go in detail against each of the elements. Just email me at paul@buildlivegive.com. And once again, that'll be in the show notes. And just include audit in the reply. And don't feel compelled that you've got to write all these down, right? I will have them all listed in the show notes. So the first one is mindset. So the key elements there is positive language, beliefs around sales. Okay, we've all got beliefs around sales. The next is client needs. Then listening, which I think is essential. You know, the old adage, you've got 2 ears, 1 mouth, and use those in proportion. Yes and no zones, so I go in a lot of detail on that. How to be a buyer's coach. And last thing is your credibility. And in today's world, your credibility is so important. So I have detailed elements of each of those if you wish to book that sales audit with me. So the next is skills. So here are the key elements, and there's a few more in skills. So the first one is ideal client, absolutely essential. Point of difference. I don't believe in having a unique value because I don't think you can ever test that. But what is your point of difference? What is your strengths? What do you want to double down into? Client qualification. I see so many people not getting this right. Existing client assessment. Okay, where are you spending your time and energy with your current clients? Because let's face it, they'll probably bring you 80% of your revenue. A well-defined sales funnel, sales steps, okay, step by step on what product or services you have and how you're going to take them through. Offers, you know, the value that you give. And this is where I spend a lot of time with the people I mentor and really making that clear. Because if you're not clear, you know, a confused buyer never buys. And, you know, you get a sense of that when someone in a sales call, you say, well, you know, what's the investment? How does it work? And all of a sudden they freeze up. All right. We want to make that absolutely seamless. The key objections you get, your partners, your joint venture partners you can work with so you can get one to more sales or one to many. Your LinkedIn profile. Okay. This is where people are going to go to look at your credibility. It's got to be spot on. Your website, it's important as well. Opt-ins, you know, what value are you giving in return for an exchange of an email? Case studies, you know, social proof, critical, complex sales process. So some of you are coaches and consultants and you're dealing with multiple stakeholders. How do you do that? And believe me, I've got a brilliant system that I learned off Coca-Cola to do that. A sales checklist. Okay, so what are the questions you're asking? You don't have to be a robot, but what are the key questions you should be asking? Sales scripts in the same vein. Sales collateral. So what should you be giving? And you know, obviously these days it's all digital, but how is that? Proposals. What are you giving them? I'm actually more inclined not to send a proposal than send one. And I'll give you my views of that if we go through the sales audit. Sales follow-up, absolutely critical. Most people are leaving huge amounts of money, but there's skills and there's, you know, skills that you've got to learn to do that. Same as sales admin. And the last one is the key metrics. Coke loved measuring everything. So by default, spending almost 18 years there, or actually more than 18 years, I've learned that. So you get the sense it is more of a science than an artwork. Sales can always be taught. You know, whether you have lots of background in it or no background in it at all, it can be taught. What I do know for sure, though, is you cannot be a successful coach or consultant without selling. So the last one of the three is systems. So far we've gone through mindset, we've gone through skills. Remember, these are all going to be in the show notes for you. And the last one is systems. So the first one is tracking your sales time. And in episode 205, I talk in more detail about that. Your sales CRM, absolutely critical. If you're using paper, Excel, etc., you are definitely losing money. You know, one deal might be worth $10,000 to you, and you know you're not getting something that could cost you $49 a month. Please get one. I've got huge recommendations. We sold a consulting business around that, so I know everything about sales CRMs. Well, not everything, but a lot. Emails, you know, how to get people to reply to your emails. Video, I said before about Dub, D-U-B-B. You know, how do you use video? Because that's the way that sales is going. SMS or text, you know, it's still the one place that people will always open. And there's a stat, I think, of saying, you know, they'll open in the first 3 minutes, something like that. Scheduling tools, so it makes it easy for you and also the person that you're going to help get together. And the last one is LinkedIn and Sales Navigator, which, let's face it, there's around 700 million people, give or take, on LinkedIn. It's just a brilliant way. And we do a lot of work on LinkedIn, and I can show you how to do both of those. So the last point is how to embed the learnings, okay? So you develop these skills. And like I said, I'm happy to give you an audit, but what do you do to embed them? So, what I'm going to say is no surprise. You got to practice it, right? It's a muscle, right? It's got to be conditioned. It's got to be practiced. And that takes some pressure off because you don't have to get it right straight away. But what might surprise you is who to practice with. And the last person you should be practicing with is clients. Why risk it? Okay? Compounding yeses is much better than no's. So I recommend a peer, a family member, or your support network, a coach or mentor to help you. So at Coca-Cola, we call it role plays. And with video platforms like Zoom now, which I think has become a verb, it is very easy to do this. Watch and improve yourself, okay? Don't have to do it in front of a client. So to improve your sales muscles, please develop in 3 areas: mindset, skills, and systems. And there's 3 key actions I'd like you specifically to take today. So 1 is fill in the gaps across the 3. 2 is start doing role plays, and as I said, not with your clients. And the 3rd is email me at paul@buildlivegive.com to get a free sales audit, and that will be in the show notes as well. So you can get all the links and everything I mentioned in the show notes. Just go to buildlivegive.com/podcast, episode 207, or in the app you're listening to now, you can search for it. I'd also recommend the Pocket Cast app. It's a killer. It's great. Much better than the Apple one if you're on Apple. Sorry, not an Android user. Don't know what's good on that site. If you want to find out more about converting your ideal clients on LinkedIn, go to blgclick.com and you can watch a free 30-minute pre-recorded masterclass. Please connect and also follow me on LinkedIn. If you know someone interested in improving their sales muscle, share it with them. Please take action to build your business and lifestyle, and most importantly, stay well.
Thank you for listening to the Build, Live, Give podcast. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and leave us a review. It would mean the world to us.